So if you recently had a cold and had some congestion, or if you were fighting the allergy season like the rest of us, you can hear the outside world, it sounds a lot like the wind is blowing everything away. Or if you're just somebody who's feeling that congestion for flu or still have a cold and flu, this is going to be the practice for you. Not a single one of these poses is a face down pose, so you won't have to face the battle of sniffling or blowing your nose or dealing with Kleenexes. So we're going to look at a couple of props here that you're going to need. You're going to need 3 throw pillows from your couch. Any square pillows will do, so 3 of those. You will need a beach towel of some kind, something big and fluffy, or a bath towel from your bathroom, and a pillow from your bed. Just a normal standard pillow, king or queen, it doesn't matter, just a pillow off your bed. And just an optional thing, if you want an eye pillow, you can always have an eye pillow. It's not necessary here, but it could feel a little bit good to help kind of that congestion. So we're going to start with our first pose, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this towel and we're going to wrap it up. Okay, for Lucy. So if you have a bolster, you can use a bolster, but not everybody has a bolster in their house. I understand that, so a pillow works just as well. So you're going to take it, you're going to wrap it in half, kind of tuck that pillow in so you get a nice firm surface. Tuck the other side over, and then you're going to flip that pillow over, tuck it underneath, and you have what is equivalent to a bolster. Take one of your throw pillows, prop it up at the very top, okay? Start with our first pose here. So it's sort of a play on supine bound angle, but it's cross-legged pose. So you're going to cross left in front of right or right in front of left. Just remember which one you did. If you're congested, start with left in front of right because you'll never remember. Take those pillows and the corner of the pillow and just kind of tuck it underneath your cross legs, okay? You can cross them as loose or as tight as you like. Here is an example where you could use that eye pillow. Put it up a little bit higher on your forehead and just barely let the edges kind of drape over your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths, arms out to the side. Relax the shoulders down. Try to take some good breaths here. So a lot of these poses are going to be focused on sort of opening up the chest and the side body from prone positions, maybe helping with your congestion, helping you drain out, helping your body detoxify a little bit with a twist, and then at the very end, a little immune booster as well. So get ready to relax and enjoy. At the very end, you will need a wall or a chair, but don't worry about that now. Just allow your body to sink into your bolster or pillow here. If you feel a lot of pulling or pressure on the inside of this right or left leg, take those pillows and tuck them in a little bit more. So we want you to get a stretch in the inside of the leg, but we don't want you to feel like it's pulling or stretching too much. So if you feel too much pull, then get a little more support. These are, after all, restorative postures, so we want to make use of our props the best we can. And as best you can with your congestion, take some nice deep breaths. If you can't breathe through your nose, then go ahead and just breathe through your mouth. Whatever is easiest for you. So I recently had a cold for 2 weeks. If you are in that cold or in a cold and or allergies, I feel your pain. It is so difficult to get good rest or sleep. So if you are up in the middle of the night and you cannot get any good position to rest or sleep, try this practice. See if it doesn't help a little bit to at least ease your discomfort and maybe get you a little bit of rest. Plus, seeing Lucy makes everybody happy, right? Remember that if in restorative posture your stomach starts to gurgle and bubble, that's usually a really good sign. That means that your body has kicked into exactly what we want it to in restorative, which is the rest and digest part of your body's balance system. It may take longer for some and less for others. Lucy loves restorative practices. They're her very favorite. Let's take 10 more deep breaths here. If you have a pet, you might invite them to come join you. It always feels good to have a companion when you aren't feeling well. And last deep breath. And you're not going to move a whole lot. You're just going to pull those throw pillows out. You're going to switch which leg is in front. You're going to tuck those pillows back underneath. Try not to upset your cat if your cat is sleeping on you. Or your dog. Keep breathing into the space. See if you can find some breath into the side waist of the body. Filling the lungs all the way up, belly button, chest, collarbones, expanding out to the sides and maybe a little bit into the kidney section. Do whatever you can do with your congestion as it is. Feel your pelvis become very heavy. And just rely on the support of your bolster and your pillows to keep you feeling stable, supported, yet light. So oftentimes when you have allergies for a long period of time, or it's that season, or you have a cold or flu that lasts a little bit longer, we find ourselves a little bit depressed, lack of sleep and discomfort. And these poses are also meant to assist with that. So research has shown that open-hearted postures, in which you have a little back bend and your chest is open and lifted, help give you a little bit lighter feeling, a little bit lighter outlook too. So if nothing else, hopefully this will make you feel a little bit less sad or depressed about your illness. And just about 10 more deep breaths here, whatever you can do. Trying to take that 3-part breath into the belly, chest, collarbones, expanding out to the sides. Maybe tucking those shoulder blades down a little bit further. breath. Very gently stretch that front foot out. Nice and slow. Always think of restorative as moving through honey. So you move very slow. Let the heels rock side to side. Just let the hips relax. And if you have an eye pillow, you can go ahead and take that eye pillow off to the side. Very gently bend your knees into your chest. Blink your eyes so open. Eye pillows always change how you feel so much better. Start to roll a little bit to the side, on your right side. And then you're going to press yourself up very carefully. Ooh. So you're going to take your throw pillow out a little bit further. Tuck your pillow back in with its little towel binding here. Okay? Take this other pillow out to the side, the other one out to the side. Move the Lucy out of the way. Move the Lucy. So starting with your right side, you're going to lay your side waist all the way up to your underarm on that pillow. Reach that right arm out in front of you. Take the pillow, the throw pillow, put it underneath your head. Tilt your nose back a little bit so once again you don't have that congestion draining down into one side. I know how that feels. You can take your knees on top of one another, or you can take them a little bit apart, however that feels good. You're going to sweep that left arm up and reach way over your head and just drape that arm. Roll back a little bit so the shoulder's back. We're not going to be here as long as we did for the first pose, so Lucy's so helpful. Really, she is. So this is just to help open the side waist so you can breathe into the side body. Try to take those breaths just into the left side as much as you can. Opening up that lung space. And just about 5 more deep breaths here. So again, if you're congested, don't worry about breathing through your nose completely. You can breathe through your mouth. Last deep breath. And then start to pull that left arm back alongside that left hip. Roll the right shoulder back a little bit. Take a few breaths here. And you can either sit up or you can just roll over to the other side. Oh, Lucy. Take side 2. Find your feet in your hands. Take that right arm up and over. Stretch toward the top and then let that arm just drape over. Breathing into that right side body. About 5 more deep breaths here. last deep breath. Inhale, take that right arm back alongside that hip. Roll the right shoulder back, tilt the chin. Take a few breaths here. And then go ahead and roll yourself all the way up to a seat. Lucy's taking over my pillow. And we'll set ourselves up for the next. Next pose is going to make Lucy move. She's so happy about that. We could actually just shift her with the pillow. She won't agree to that though. So you're going to take a couple of these pillows. We're going to start, I think, toward the left. So I will go ahead and start facing this direction. You're going to go ahead and lay down on your back completely. Take your arms out to the side. Pick up your hips and shift them over to the right. Bring your knees into the chest and shift them over to the left. So you're going to take one of those throw pillows underneath your left knee and maybe one between your legs. If that's too much, you can always take one out. But take some of the twist out so it's not so twisty. So you can look straight up at the ceiling. You can bend your arms a little bit more to take them straight out. Or you can turn and look over your right shoulder. And here you're going to get the benefit of the twist, the detoxification. Sometimes when I have a cold, my digestive system doesn't work quite as well as it should. And so this will maybe help stimulate the digestive system to keep going in spite of your flu and cold. And last deep breath. Turn your head back to center if it's twisted. And slowly bring your knees back to center. Press your feet flat into the floor and shift your hips over to the left side. So I'm going to take that one throw pillow and shift it over to the right. Lucy might be my new pillow. Bring the knees into the chest. Drop those knees over to the right. Find whatever support you need here for a little bit less of a twist. It's still a really good twist, and you're getting a lot of that lengthening and the twist in the digestive system, the spine, stimulation. You can turn your head over to the left, or you can look straight up. Close your eyes. Last 5 breaths here. Inhale, turn your head back up to center. Pull those knees back through the middle, line your hips back up. You can take that pillow out between your knees and stretch the legs out for a few breaths here. And then bend your knees. Go ahead and roll over to your left or right and very slowly make your way back up. I need that. Lulu doesn't care. She's like, no. Okay. Next to the last one, we're going to take our pillow here. One pillow at the very end. I think we're going to stay with that. Okay. Down a little bit. So this is a supported bridge. You're going to seat yourself probably at the bottom of your pillow, of a standardized pillow. Roll yourself down. What you want here is for your shoulder blade to kind of inch down. You can take your feet up. Maybe take a few breaths to get this sort of reoriented. If that eye pillow is nearby, you can take that back on. Remember, once again, on your forehead, and then sort of slide it down just a little bit so it puts the tiniest bit of pressure on your already fussy sinuses, right? You can take your arms up overhead and bend your elbows if that feels good. Just make sure that your back of your palms and your forearms and your elbows are on the floor and support it. Keep your neck nice and long. Don't want to bring your chin into your chest. You want to sort of elongate that spine, so you're going to keep that chin and your forehead in alignment as much as possible. So the curve of your neck stays protected and natural. I'm just looking to open the front side of the body. Because your heart is a little bit above your head, you're getting sort of the effect of an inversion here. So we always think of an inversion at the point of where your heart is above your head. And an inversion will help give you some of that good blood pressure to your sinuses, your brain, your upper extremities. Help your immune system. You have a lot of fluid running through your legs, and our final posture will take a better look at that, but you have part of your immune system runs obviously through your lower extremities, and unfortunately, the only renewal spots for that fluid that runs through your legs is in your pelvis. So we want to get some of that fluid running back into your pelvis so that it gets renewed. Your immune system gets a little spark of extra energy. Helps relieve some of the pressure of the legs and feet, and helps take some of the drainage out. And just 5 more deep breaths here. always stay in these postures longer. Each posture can go up to 5 minutes. Our final posture, though, you can stay in as long as you want. And last deep breath. Go ahead and bend your knees. Take your feet flat on either side of that throw pillow at the bottom. And kind of inchworm your way back off the stack. Take the eye pillow off until your hips are resting on the floor or really close. Take a couple of breaths here. And then gently roll over onto your right side. Take a breath or two on your right. And then very slowly press yourself up to a seat. So in preparation for our final posture, if you have a chair nearby or a sofa or a big stack of pillows or a wall, we're going to move over to the wall here in just a minute. Those would be really helpful here. If it's on a hardwood floor like mine is, I try to take a blanket and give myself a little bit of padding because the floor is harsh. If you get cold easily, and sometimes when you have a cold or flu, you will get cold much faster. So you can always take another blanket. I'm going to pull this a little bit up to my wall, really close. Okay, give myself a little extra padding. So set yourself up next to a sofa, next to a wall, next to a chair. Pull yourself over there, get a blanket to cover yourself up if you need that, or you can use the extra towel we have there. Coming over to the wall, you're going to make your way over, and you're going to sit on the very outside edge of your blanket with your right hip or left hip either up against your pillows, up against the wall, or up against your sofa. You're going to lay yourself down and swing those feet up. So if you have very tight backs of legs, you might want to be a little further away from the wall. If you have very open and loose hips in the back, you can always get a little closer. I am usually about 3 inches away from the wall. Now here you can either take your hands to your belly, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. You can take your arms out to the side, nice and open. Take some nice deep breaths. So this is feet up the wall or feet up the sofa if you're on your sofa. And if you feel a little tingling in your toes and feet, that's pretty natural. If it's a stinging pain, then you might want to just kind of bring your feet flat to the wall or kind of relax them a little bit here. But you can stay here up to 30 minutes. I have fallen asleep in this posture. It's very soothing. It's a great posture to take after you've been traveling on a plane or driving in a car. And once again, it takes all that lymph fluid. And once again, there are no actual renewing lymph nodes other than in your pelvis for your lower extremities. There's little tiny points. But you're taking all that fluid from your legs, draining it down back into your pelvis to be renewed. And when you come back up, new, fresh, clean, better immune system lymph fluid comes down. For a lot of people who travel, they get a lot of water retention from mid-thigh and kneecap all the way down into the feet. And this is a great inversion to help pull that back out, get your feet to deep puff. This is also a great inversion when you're just feeling kind of like you need some sort of restorative posture. I often take this one midday on certain weekdays because I need a little extra rest. You can play some nice music. Relax. If you have that eye pillow, you can always once again put that back over yourself, cover yourself up with a blanket as much as necessary. And just really let your body sink into the floor. And starting with setting your mind and thinking about your feet. Just feel your feet relaxing and resting and being supported by the wall. And feel a soft healing energy beginning at the bottoms of your feet and flowing up to your ankles, up through your calves and shins to your knees. And softly flowing up the thighs to the hips. And feel that healing energy pool into your hips, spreading through that entire abdominal area. Below your solar plexus, your pelvic area, your lower back. And feel that healing energy start to flow up through your lungs, your heart, your chest, all the way up to collarbones, and let it flow down your shoulders, upper arm bones, elbows, forearms, wrists, and to the fingertips. And continue flowing up through your neck and throat. And feel a certain sense of extra healing energy going to those areas where you are feeling sick or congested. So your lungs, your throat and neck area, your nose, sinuses, eyes, your forehead, and all the way around your head to the crown of your head. Then imagine that healing energy flowing all the way down from the crown of your head, down through your body again, all the way through the tips of your toes. And just keep imagining that flow of healing energy going up and down your body. Going to those places you need it most. Maybe you have a flu that's causing you distress in your joints and muscles. Maybe you have a stomach flu. Allow that healing energy to focus on all these areas. Bring healing and lightness, or at least a soothing. Let that healing energy soothe these areas that are fighting off some sort of virus or bacteria. Allow yourself to rest and renew. You can stay here for as long as you want to. You can even fall asleep here if that feels good. Hopefully when you awake you will feel renewed, maybe a little less depressed about being sick, perhaps soothed, less congested. When you need to come up, you're just going to sort of bend your feet, bring the feet flat to the wall, roll over to one side or the other. Take some deep breaths wherever you go to roll, because your blood pressure will have changed because you are sick. And then make your way up however you want. I hope that you feel better. I hope that in some way this restorative practice brought you a little bit of relief, or at least you got to enjoy seeing Lucy or hearing her herb her way through the practice. Please take care of yourself, and as always, check out other videos that we may have for other things like back or yin practices to help you feel better. I will be posting a couple more practices that are helping your immune system, because I know exactly how you feel after the last cold. So if you are staying here, please enjoy imagining that healing energy surrounding you and helping you feel better. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.